Okay, so we're watching TSM playing ALGS scrims with a very, very strange comp that I want to go over, which is Ashe, Gibby, and Bloodhound. And why I call this strange is because they use Bloodhound and not Valkyrie for their scan hero. And if you know, like every single team nowadays uses Valkyrie because of her ultimate. Her ultimate is good both early game, mid game, and late game. It's good whenever, pretty much. But I have instead went for Bloodhound, which I think is very strange, because of the fact that no one else does it. And that's what we're gonna go over today. So some strengths with this comp is their fighting capabilities. They have Ashe, which can use a portal to then take a side angle on another team to get then 2 angles and pinch a team, or sort of pinch them. But you can get 2 angles on them and fire at once, which is very good. Then you also have your Bloodhound that can scan, can get like instant scans, so you can always know where the enemy's at, and that's a very big advantage in itself, especially on a competitive level where information is key in every single scenario. And then they have Gibby, because Gibby is OP. His bubble is too good and his ultimate is too good for all stages of the game. So yeah. I'm gonna go back and check the zone, because I want to see the rotates. Okay, so we will be drawing a little bit right here. So usually when I read zones, I check that right here where I just drew is if the zones are touching, the second zone and the first zone is touching. And as we can see, they are touching right here, which means that the likelihood of it is gonna keep touching and keep on pulling west is quite high. So our predictions are now that next zone will maybe be like this. This is a very bad circle, but you get the point. It will keep on staying on this edge. Not 100% sure that this is gonna be the case, just like based on what we know. So this makes me to believe that it's gonna be a Lava Fissure zone. But then a thing with TSM now running this comp, you usually see TSM play zone and they go and try to get a good spot in zone, play for late game and wait and get like position points. But with this comp, they should be running edge, because it's a what's it called? It's a team comp made for fighting and fighting on edge, and not a team comp made for playing in zone. So I would probably think that they're gonna stay here. They're gonna walk over to Frag West, craft, get all their loot up, take their time to loot, everything like that. And then they're probably gonna go back and scan again to get the third beacon zone, so they can then pick a fight and rotate from that fight and get a good like rotation into third zone. That would be my prediction for the early stages of this game. So now I will just 2x speed, because it will take a little bit before the looting is over. They're checking each other's guns, which is good. Usually with a comp like this, your Gibby can play marksman rifles. It's really good for Gibby, because he has a very passive role. He's anchoring and just sitting in the back shooting. You can also put snipers on him. Those snipers in this game are kind of scenario based. There aren't all around good weapons, so I wouldn't recommend it unless you're like a sniper god or something. You can run snipers, I just prefer marksmen, like triple take for example. Oh, they got a vault key. Oh, this is good. When they're playing edge, you have the time to do stuff like this and get the capability of taking an uncontested vault. We're talking right now.
What if they have a Valkyrie? Will they come through here? Do they usually come through here? We rat on them.
It depends. Sometimes they go the other one, I don't know. It's like, depends.
So we're talking about the Geyser team.
Let's just wait for a bit and see.
We're talking about the Geyser team maybe walking into the vault. I think this is a kind of unlikely play to happen. Like, the Geyser team should be moving. We did see them craft actually, so they may be around, but if you just pause for a little bit. If you craft over here, the time it takes you to go into the vault, walk in and like walk into them shouldn't take more than 30 to 40 seconds. So you saw them craft. They can wait until it's like 3 minutes left, and if they haven't come by that point, yeah, you can leave as they did. Nice.
Teams
Yeah,
out.
if they saw a key, they would, or if they had a key, they would also know the vault's open. Right?
Yeah.
So there's no reason for them to come.
Ash passive makes it so if you see someone in the kill feed die, you can see where on the map they died. And it's quite good for Edge team to do that, to see if, oh shit, it's a fight we can, maybe that's maybe very close to us, that we can then go and fight and get capability off.
Follow me. Wait, why didn't it?
Oh, they're fighting.
I just saw one up there.
He just missed the bob. This is C9. We can ash pour onto the roof.
Let's do it.
Come over here. Follow me. Wait, what? They didn't. Can we scan? They're gonna dump. They're gonna jump down.
That's interesting.
Like, don't even ask how the fuck that happened, bro. Go first floor. Come first floor now. I don't have port to get out. We just have to sit first floor and hold angles. Maybe we go back to train. We can run a train. Let's run a train, I think.
Yeah, we can go train. We can go.
Bubble across the train. Like, the indicator was on the roof. I don't understand how.
Alright, well, they're safe.
Oh man, I'm gonna lose it. Bubble across.
Okay, let's break this down a little bit. So this play, the initial play they had is to portal up to the roof. Then last second it switches down to the balcony over here. I assume it's a bug. Maybe it's the fact that he walked and he used the ult at the same time. Nevertheless, it's unfortunate.
Wait, what? They didn't. Can we scan? They're gonna dump. They're gonna jump down.
When you scan someone, it's kind of like they can't do anything. So that's good, because if you scan them and they jump down, you know exactly when they jump down, you know exactly when to shoot and all that stuff. Then they drop down to first floor, which is very good because it's the easiest floor to siege, and it's also the easiest floor to like run away from. So running out from second floor, you need to either run out of a door, jump off the balcony, or you can just go down to first floor and just straight run, slide, and you're almost at the train station. It just takes less time, so just well on that part. And then they're just using bubble to get the fuck out and block the damage. So it's unfortunate. The bug is very unfortunate, but the way they escaped was well.
Oh man, I'm gonna lose it.
Oh, I want to check the map
Oh
again.
man, I'm gonna lose it.
Alright. So, as I said before, I would assume that your plan was to go vault, then go and craft, and then go from crafting to the beacon and scan again for first zone, right? They went to the vault, they went back. Now they want to go to crafting. There's a team in front of them, but the plan is still to craft. They still don't have. They do have 2 purple armors right here, They have 1 gold armor as well. The problem is they don't have many good heals that you can get from the crafter, like batteries, for example. I don't know exactly their guns. I just know that Hal has a Eva no bolt, I believe. So this is still the destination you want to go to. You still want to go to Frag West and craft, but you can't because it's a team here, or you can't go over the bridge because it's a team in front of you. So instead of sitting in this train, you should make a plan to just go out to Frag, like take the long way around and go over here and then into Frag West. And then if the enemy team tries to go at you in Fragment West, you still have a very good position to fight them in.
Give me your helmet. Oh, you're using it too.
Yeah.
Because when you're playing Edge, you don't... When you're playing Edge, you don't want to be stuck on Edge like you are right now, with a team holding them out. You want to be active and be productive and do stuff on the edge to maybe force a fight or get damage, level up your armors, anything really, just to... You just want to do something. But being stuck on the edge when you want to play Edge it's not great. Yeah, well, they're moving over to the crafter.
Shoot us.
Next time I'm just not gonna move when I'm doing it, I guess. So it doesn't fucking change as soon as I pop it.
I'm just gonna 2 times beat again.
I don't know who that would be.
He did just lure them in. Like he just showed we're here, right? Which I don't really know if it was great. Doesn't really matter. They have, like, if they would be attacked right here, they still have kind of a high ground or even playing field. They have a lot of space, they can play a lot of cover, so it's not the end of the world, right? And I'm not saying it's a bad play, I'm just saying I don't know if it's a good or a bad play. It doesn't really make much of a difference. Still keeping check on the enemy team to see what they're doing. Because your plan is still, I would assume at least, that your plan is still to go into Fragment and scan the zone. So if you have knowledge and info on the other team to see, they maybe moved over to, let's say, to this building, right? Then you can go back to Fragment, Frag East, I mean. Or something like that.
Full team's got red on everything, I think. You ready to go?
Finish my bet.
You ready to go?
I'm finishing one bet.
Looks like they're not gonna scan zone, which I find interesting. Okay, well then I want to go over the zone again just to see. If you're not scanning zone, then I would probably gatekeep in this choke. One thing that I find interesting right now is, you know there's a team here, you don't, or you know that there was a team here, you don't know where they went, you see there's someone's got killed here, so we would probably assume that that's them, right? But you're not really sure if anyone is maybe up on Epicenter, back here, maybe even in Frag East. You don't know where this team is at, this might just be another team, right? And one thing that's very important when you play Edge is to always be last into zone. Because if, let's say there's a team playing up here, right? Then, let's say there's a team playing in this van, and they're also playing up here on this tower. And then it's you coming in from the zone. This team that's in the middle, you can pressure out and pinch with the help of the other team that's in countdown. So you can pinch them, shooting them from multiple angles at once, and that pretty much just is a free team wipe. That's free KP. So all I want them to do, if they're not scanning right now, which I find interesting with 1 minute and 30 seconds left before round 2 starts, is to probably walk up, take control of probably this choke up here, because it's a little bit better in terms of positioning, high ground, and all that stuff. And then after that, we'll probably wait up here until zone comes, so that you can ensure that you are the last team into zone. So therefore you can also pinch another team that's in zone if they decide to come before you, like walk into zone before you.
Let me know if you guys. I dropped a thermite.
Take it.
Thermite grenade here.
Another
We're
thermite right
close to
here.
the ring.
Grenade here.
We have 1 minute.
Ring
Probably should have hit 30. It's on.
Yep.
Probably should have hit 30. It's on.
Wait, what did he say? Maybe something about the fur beacon?
Probably should have hit 30.
Yeah, it's like there's no rush to not hit fur beacon, especially when you play edge. It's zone 2, you can stay in zone for like forever if you have meds and you just craft that so you do. There's no reason not to.
I wonder if the truck is taken.
It's not. I'm gonna go take.
So my play right now is, you play edge, you want to be the last team into zone, because of the reasoning that I mentioned earlier with you being able to pinch a team. Because imagine if there's a team behind you, then you are the one getting pinched and getting pressure from multiple angles, and no one wants that, right? So my play would be to play up here, but I guess that's not the play for them.
Beans are not even lit here.
Alright, I'm gonna walk up to the truck. There's cells.
Taking those.
I dropped 2 arc stars.
Ping a shotgun. Team over here.
Target there.
Behind me, behind me.
I'm under fire.
From the fuck.
Okay, so now we have a team over here, and this can be quite dangerous. They do have high ground, they do have quite good positioning, especially because of the fact that they have people here and here without any danger of being killed, really. So that's good. Just the fact that there's a team here, and it will probably be there's 16 squads remaining. The odds of someone being in countdown over here is quite high, and the likelihood of you getting pinched right now is quite high. So with the knowledge of the fact that there's a team here, you really need to put a lot of pressure onto them to just pressure them off. Because if they put too much pressure on you, that basically means you're pinched and you can't really do anything.
Fucking the truck. They might ash portal on me. Look over there.
I am. 60 on the road.
He's going to Ashport.
Yeah, he's right underneath it.
Yeah, that's dangerous.
Crack the Gibby. 9 flesh on him.
I just left the fucking tower.
Shields are depleted. Recharge.
See, your only advantage in this fight right now is the fact that you can hold both tower and over here and get multiple angles on the enemy team. Also a big high ground. They do have Ash, which makes this all very complicated. Them having Ash and being able to free-man portal up on the tower is quite dangerous. Though I would want Al to stay up here, shoot. When he sees the Ash pulling out the blade, he should just be dipping out, right? But he shouldn't give up tower for free this easily. He should just be staying up here, putting as much pressure, as much damage and all that stuff out of them until he needs to go, because he's not in a rush to go. He's really not.
He's going to Ashport.
See, he hasn't Ash Portal yet, which makes it so you are still safe. But when he Ash Portals, you're not, and at that point you should Ash Portal out.
Yeah, he's right underneath it.
If I want to run through the tunnel, like, I can't play here, I don't think.
Crack the Gibby. Flash on him.
I just left the fucking tower.
Shields are depleted. Recharge.
Yeah. I'm Dominant Phoenix.
Now we see TSM being all bunched up on each other, and just because of the fact that he left the tower, the enemy team is over here and they're like over here, I believe. Which just makes this even harder, because then the enemy team has sidelines on you, they have more space than you, and you're just sitting and you can't really do much because you don't have the sightlines, the space, you don't have anything in like that could help this fight right now.
Using the Phoenix kit.
Oh, no, behind us! Northeast!
Hop in a cell.
Can you leave?
We gotta get to the truck.
Yeah,
Get
yeah.
inside the truck.
I got tether back. Can't get out. I might die here.
Alright. So now we have one team here with a 3-man. We have, I believe there's a guy up here and there's people out here as well in the open. You're here, and all of these guys, he's technically on the tower, and these guys up here. So there's 2 squads that are outside of zone, need to walk into zone, and you're in zone. This is what I was talking about. The likelihood of it being a team in countdown is quite high. There's a team here that can pressure you. This team can pressure you. This team can pressure you. That I believe have people playing here. You being stuck in the truck right now, you're fucked. Like, you can't do anything. You're just fucked. But if you would have played up here, waited for zone to come in, checked maybe the tunnel in beforehand to see that there's no one there, right? Looked backwards into zone. I can't show it on the minimap, but just made sure you were the last people in zone, so that another team instead of you could have played in this truck and you would have been able to shoot at them from multiple angles, right? That would have been ideal, but now you are just stuck, really. You can't do anything. And this was exactly what I was like afraid of happening.
You gotta get inside. Just get inside.
Stand there sideways.
He got pinched.
That's just a random raid. That's a different
And now they realize that they got pinched.
team. That's... I'm 6-1 now.
And what happened, another team showed up from here, so now we probably, or we don't know if it's a team in countdown. Well, I'm just assuming, because usually people play there. Then it's like all of these angles on them, they're just a center of attention with, like, they have one truck they can play that has one door. Like, this is just horrible.
Trying to nade us out.
We're good outside. We can go outside. Come outside.
Oh, the enemy team moved. Interesting. They gave up tower.
They're playing Ben right there.
I need a thermite grenade.
I'm down to fight these guys. What the fuck are they doing?
70 on Gibby.
I'm locking up.
176. 176.
I'm walking up.
I don't know on who. I hit
I'm on
176.
Gibby, I'm walking up. I'm getting the bub.
Yeah.
So now we have the team up here. That's, I said, was probably in countdown. Being in countdown and forcing them to a fight. Then we also know that there was a team in tunnel that I still believe is behind them. So even if they win this fight, another team is gonna come in a third, most likely.
I cracked another.
Good
I cracked
damage.
the Bloodhound's cracked.
Pop the bat. Jump on me, last one. Dang it, man.
What?
I want to rewind this.
I hit
I'm on Gibby,
176.
I'm...
I need a thermite grenade.
I'm down to fight these guys. What the?
Okay. Like, before even going into the fight, Vorholz has dropped 75 HP. Then Hal is doing a good job of dealing damage, but he's also taking a lot of damage at the same time. This is just a bad 3v3 on their hand. I feel like Hal played it well, very well, but the reps and Verholz didn't do a fantastic job. I need to see the reps and Verholz perspective to really be like critiquing them, but based on their health bars and the amount of damage Hal did compared to what's left, right? I don't think they did a superb job. But even if they won this fight, like, they still wouldn't have survived probably, because there's probably a team behind them from the tunnel.
I cracked another. I cracked the Bloodhound. Bloodhound's cracked.
Copy that. Jump on me, last one.
What is he?
Dang it, man.
What?
I don't understand.
And that's 16th with 0 kills, which means 0 points. So the big mistakes from this video is it's the fact that they didn't scan beacon. I'm just gonna play it back. Right here, when they have crafted, the enemy team is still on is not on the beacon anymore. I mean, you can go back, scan the beacon, and then move into zone, because if the third zone is maybe pulling super weird and unpredictable, you have that knowledge that not many people have, and can move to a better spot for last zone, if that were to be the case, or plan your rotates a little bit differently, which is never, like, information is key in any competitive game, and them not taking the opportunity to get free information is stupid, in my opinion. And then the next problem is the fact that they play Edge, but the key thing with Edge is the fact that you want to be the last team into zone, but they did not be, they weren't the last team in zone. They had like 2 teams behind them. And I don't blame them, because they usually don't play Edge. They usually don't. They usually play just for zone and stuff like that. But so I don't think they're really used to playing Edge, but still not. I still need to point out the mistakes, right? So not a great game, filled with some mistakes. It's just the first game though, so maybe the second game or third game will be better. But 0 points first game is not a good start. But either way, GG, I guess.